Good afternoon, everyone. Principal here, Vic Wight, wearing my Columbia gear from Science Olympiad from maybe 2 years ago. Anyway, I thought it would be really important that after you receive the document about remote learning from the school district is to just verbally tell you exactly what that's going to look like. I'm going to share my screen a couple times as well, but mainly I'm going to talk, and you could play this in your kitchen so you don't have to read through all the other 8 pages of documentation, because there's been a lot of information coming to us, and we're trying to do our best job to give it to you as straight as we can and as much as we can, but it's definitely overwhelming. So first of all, I'm going to draw your attention. I'm going to share my screen to this document. So this document was made within 2 weeks from the Illinois State Board of Education. It's remote learning recommendations. We received that March 27th, which does not give us a lot of time. And in fact, we started the continuous learning, which was just giving engaging activities to students so they don't learn, so they don't regress, and that they can further enrich on some of the content area and skills that they had already worked on. The ISB gave us even better guidelines. And myself as a parent, I want my kids to be engaged with new instruction. And that's where we're going to be headed. So this is a 62-page document. If you wanted to look it up, feel free to. You can look up remote learning recommendations during COVID-19 emergency. And then from that document, we came up with our own Lake Villa document, which in fact, I know I saw some people on social media saying, why didn't the school have this in place? Well, we actually had started this back in February and have been working on it bits and pieces as the time went on. But this came on so fast and strong, I don't think anybody could react so quickly to this situation. So give us that at least. All right, so I'm going to show you a little bit what we're doing this week. You could see that we were working with our union leadership and our teachers and administrative team first to agree on what was going to work for teachers, because just like you have your kids at home, the teachers have their kids at home. Some of the teachers' family are ill, so some of our teachers' families or their spouses work in the healthcare industry, and they are having to isolate themselves from their spouse, and therefore the spouse is the only one with their kids. Some of them have very young kids, so this is a very exhausting time, and I'm sure it is for you. So we're trying to reach out and see what's going to work, and we provided feedback opportunity for each group of kids, each group of teachers on Wednesday and Thursday. And today, which is Friday, we are providing a lot of PD. Mrs. Johnson and Mrs. Cuffer have been phenomenal. So if you guys know them, reach out to them, send an email, and say thank you so much. All right, so, and then Monday is a planning day for teachers after the PD today. No school for the kids on Monday because it's like an institute day. So next week we will be doing remote learning Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is off. That's first of all. Okay, so I'm going to get off that screen. And I am going to just put myself on. Okay, so this is what's going to look like. At the middle school, each student should have roughly, and I'm saying roughly because I'm sure it'll change a little bit, plus or minus a couple of minutes here or there, about 180 minutes per day. So that's about 3 hours. Out of those 3 hours, the students' teachers are going to provide a lesson of 10 to 15 minutes per day. All right, so some of those lessons might be live through Google Meet. Some of them may be recorded and pushed out to students. And I think you'll see more of that, because coordinating live lessons means that all the other teachers can't be on live at the same time, and it might disrupt that. So I do actually have a live schedule for our teachers so we don't have overlap. We have all the ELA teachers, if they want to do a live lesson on a Monday, and I'll show you that a little bit. Okay, so each day they'll get a lesson. It might be live, recorded, or it could be used as an instructional video from some other avenue. It could be a Khan Academy video or something that they've used before. So that's what your student is going to get. Now, some teachers may do a project. So they may share a video with you on the first day for 25 minutes, and they might tell the kids to watch this half on Monday, this half on Tuesday, and they may give the kids 2 or 3 days to do that project. But there will be good instructions in terms of how much they should do each day. All right. Now, attendance. Attendance will not be taken per the ISBE guidelines, but assignments will be tracked as either complete or incomplete. On those assignments, students will either get their feedback as they've been completed or incomplete, or the teacher will provide some additional feedback to them. And I think that's going to be a lot of time to be able to do that. So that's why I'm saying there might be a little bit of a difference, either written feedback or it might just say incomplete or complete. So parents, please make sure you are looking to see if your students are doing this. This is only going to help them for next year. If we have people that aren't doing this work, whether we are allowed to require it or not, whether we are allowed to grade it or not, this will significantly impact all schools going on to next year in terms of their preparedness. We're going to have to do some type of review in the fall, but the more you can help us out and get your child to do this would be great. No grades will be given per ISB. We cannot harm kids for things being turned or not turned in. Each teacher will have office hours, and I'm going to share my screen with you on a couple of things right now. Office hours. See, I'm going to go to office hours. So you can see here our teachers are working on it right now. We're trying to have different office hours that are flexible not only for the teachers, but also that don't coincide with other subject areas that your child might have. We're trying the best we can, and it's not going to be ideal. I will get that out later. Right now, we're just doing that. Each teacher will have about 2 hours each day. So yes, 2 hours each day. It may not seem a lot, but they're already putting together their lessons, 10 to 15 minutes each. They are planning for those lessons. They're using technology. Some of them aren't familiar with. They're learning how to use that. And plus, they're taking care of their families, and you are too. And that's what we have to make sure you understand is that we care about the social emotional needs for you and your family, for your children, and for what's going on, and that's important too. And then we also have a live lesson schedule. You can see here we have ELA on Monday mornings, math on Tuesday mornings, science on Wednesday, Thursday, social studies, and then I'm going to do a leader me lesson on Friday, which won't happen for 2 weeks. Now, this doesn't mean that a teacher necessarily is going to do a live lesson. They may record the lesson. But if a teacher wants to do a live lesson, they have to do it within those areas of the day. Okay. All right. And then also, I'm going to stop sharing that again. And then also certain exploratories, they may look different. We don't have all the same equipment that we have at the school. Computer classes might merge into one, and Mrs. Storms may give all the computer students a certain type of assignment. STEM, All About Me, and those two we may not have at all anymore, but all the other exploratories at this time should move on like usual. It just might look a little different in terms of the assignments that are given. Any student who has a 504, I will be sending out an email to all the parents of 504s just to show you the accommodations, what those would look like in a remote learning atmosphere. And I'm also reaching out to you about meetings. I am suggesting that we push or extend the plan to the following year, whether it's high school or from 7th to 8th grade. And I just changed dates on it, and we agreed to that. Or if you would rather have a meeting virtually, we can do that. It's just going to be challenging while the teachers are doing all this e-learning and trying to find time for that. Special ed teachers will reach out they've been working really hard about learning about what accommodations and how the accommodation is going to happen. They've been added to all the classroom, Google Classrooms, as well as I have, and so are the instructional aids to do so. All right. I think that's a really good gist of the summary of our plan. I'm going to sign off for now. I just want to make sure everybody out there is social distancing. Um, please be careful what you're doing. Help out your families. The most important is that we're healthy and safe. In the future, I might go on live to see if I can answer any questions about this as well. Take care, everybody.